Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your November mid-month tarot and oracle card reading. All right. We're going to begin with the card of rock bottom. My gosh, if you're here because you feel like you're at rock bottom, you are in the right place. Must persevere and face life head on. Master situations that challenge you. You learn to push the boundaries of life. So if something really knocked you flat on your back, it's time for you to get up, to move forward, to reach higher, to have a change and turn of events in your energy. Because when we're at rock bottom, there's no place left but up. And oftentimes a breakdown is a breakthrough. So let's see what the cards can tell you about that. All right. Detailed Celtic cross style reading, current situation. The Lovers, a card of choices. The immediate influence is the Knight of Swords. You have the energy of strength in your subconscious, the Queen of Cups in the distant past, the Five of Swords in the more recent past. The Five of Cups is coming towards you. You're represented by the Two of Pentacles. You're attracting the Hanged Man. You have the King of Cups here. I'm liking this. In your hopes and fears, temperance in the outcome. Okay, so I feel like you're going to make a decision here. The bottom of the deck, we've got the Eight of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Chariot. I feel like you're going to make a decision here that may leave someone a bit sad. All right, you're going to have options, and I feel like you're going to do it on your own accord. I have to point this out. It just is too good not to. I'll put these cards in order. You have all three archangels. Before we go too heavy in this, all three of them are right here. But you have a lot of number synchronicities. So the Lovers comes before the Chariot, which comes right before Strength. You put these two in here as well. And you have something going on here, my friends, that you are not going to want to miss. With all of this, you're being guided and blessed by angels. Let's see if I can get that a little straighter. How about that? That looks a little better. But I definitely feel like with temperance in the outcome, you're going to feel like you are so supportive, like you're on the right track. All right, there's nothing here to lose. And so it becomes, and guess what? I knew exactly where all those went. I didn't even hesitate. It just seems so obvious to me. So we have here Cancer, we've got Sagittarius, we have Gemini, Leo is here, and it appears that we have 6 major arcana plus the King and Queen of Cups stands out to me as well. Look, if you are at rock bottom, things are about to take a turn for the better like you would not believe. The energy of Judgment is a tipping point, a turning point. It's a card of wonderful success and renewal. It's a card of decisions, and so is the Lovers. You've got choices here multiple times. In fact, you're represented by the Two of Pentacles in making a choice. The ball is going to be in your court. And I feel like, too, with that energy of the Chariot, you're driven to success. You have an energy here that indicates you're going to meet somebody that is really going to make a profound impact on your life. If it's something to do with a job, it's someone who helps you out, who gives you a reference, who gives you a leg in, who says, hey, you don't want to miss this. That Eight of Pentacles, your hard work is paying off. Eights are wonderful. They're vibrational. They're rhythmic. They're an evolution. There's magic underneath. And overall quality is unity. Okay, so that symbol of that figure 8 is all over the reading. And so I do feel like if you're trying to relocate and you've been held up by paperwork, or you've been held up by perhaps something that wouldn't go through, I keep hearing escrow. If something got caught in escrow for some reason, or even if somebody had a lien on a property and they couldn't sell it because there was an issue with that, getting that mess cleared up, even if you're the buyer and saying, yeah, that really held me up. And then I was like, I didn't have anywhere to live and it just became a mess. I feel like you're going to have pain that's temporary. You got a pain in the hiney. All right, that's what it amounts to. They're telling you, though, it's time to embrace change, especially if you're at rock bottom. Open your arms wide because the energy of Judgment It's the most important message of these people's lives. They're hearing that they're crossing over and getting into heaven. It's heaven sent. And so know that too. Judgment is also an indication that the veil is thin for you between the human and the divine. Pay attention to your intuition, to all those odds and ends. Those synchronicities are your angels talking to you and guiding you forward. So with this, I feel like finally you have a turning point. And with the Lovers, it's making choices from the heart, but it's being guided by that Archangel Raphael. So I feel like with the energy of the Knight of Swords, Knights come in to get jobs done. They come in to help us out. And this one says, get out of the way, I'll handle this. If you need somebody to advocate for you in some way, even if it's with a business, if they gave you a crappy job, they didn't do a good job, or they didn't do something correctly, you'll have a Knight of Swords who will push things through, especially if you're dealing with some kind of insurance company. Those are the worst. I feel like with this, you'll have an advocate who says, no, that's not right. They didn't do the paperwork right. Somebody messed this up. You know, that sort of thing where you get the person. It almost reminds me of like the original Beetlejuice, when they cross over and they meet the woman that's smoking and exhaling out of her neck. That one where she's like, oh God, and she's got this like gruff energy, but she gets the job done. She gives them vital information. So let's talk about love, shall we? I feel like you have somebody here who maybe that you're attracting who hasn't really been that interested in love, that they haven't really been out there looking even. And I feel like you're going to have their heads turning. This is somebody that's like, I feel like they're kind of take it or leave it with love, but with you, it's going to be something different. Okay, I feel like too, if you have kind of a difficult schedule to work around, if that's you, you might be surprised that this person seems to be the person for that schedule. I just feel like you have things falling into place in your life. And so know that when the Lovers is here, it's really driving things forward and making a beautiful outcome. And so you've got strength here in your subconscious. Now, the Strength card is going to say that anything that you've been handed, you will definitely overcome. However, the only thing about this is that it can create situations where you need inner strength, where you understand the power of compassion because it's needed. So just kind of be aware of that. But otherwise, it's saying that this is a time where you'll move along your path, that you'll find the solutions, you'll find the answers. I mean, there's certainly worse cards to have here. It's living an enlightened life. It's living a life, too, where you can really read situations easily and know exactly what they need. So I feel like you're going to have the solutions. You're going to have the answers to questions. In terms of a love life, though, it's definitely somebody that you bring in where you really understand one another. If you're the kind of person where you need to be left alone when you're focused, when you're driven, when you're upset about something, either if you say, yeah, I don't like to talk right away, I like to just get my space. This is someone that will give you your space. I just feel like that you are attracting someone who's going to be very flexible. They're a very flexible, creative thinker. There's somebody that understands people deeply and profoundly, and they don't get all bunched up, okay? If you have some things about you that, certain things where you like, you're particular, they're not going to get all bunched up about that and try to fight you. I heard fight me like as a joke, you know, when people say fight me. No, I feel like they mean it as a joke. That this person just is very easygoing on certain things. They don't want to compete with you. And so I feel like they're going to allow you to have your space, like I said. Now, this Queen of Cups is in the distant past, and after that you have 2 5s. I do feel like if you gave a lot to a situation and at your own sacrifice, at a cost to you, I do feel like you're going to, if you had something turn on you, it's showing up in these cards left and right. Now you're coming out of it. That's the good news, but it's here. It's evident. So if you loaned somebody something and they took off with it and never repaid you, if you gave your job your all and all of a sudden you lost your job or you got a pay cut or your insurance rates went through the roof and you say, my God, I've been a faithful, dutiful, loyal employee and this is how they treat me. That's how I get it, because she will do and do and do for everyone else at her own expense. You have to be careful with this in the past. Now, of course, there's not much you can do about it now. It's a card saying make sure you take care of yourself. And especially, too, when we have a tendency to accrue a lot of sick time. Maybe you don't sleep well, you didn't feel well, you went in anyway because you're like, oh, I can't miss. They need me. I know that. I'm going in anyway. I'm not contagious, but I could use the day off. I don't feel that great. That sort of a thing. And it, like, all of a sudden you lost all that time. I just feel like it shows up here. Okay. And somebody here, I feel like you're ruminating a bit, or you were. This is like a mental battle, okay, between, I heard the good and evil. I feel like what it really is about protecting and supporting yourself, but keeping some boundaries and not being a workaholic, not giving to something that won't give to you if they don't need to. I mean, that's the brutally honest truth of the cards. The cards don't lie and they're communicating. So if you got a real kick in the crotch, a real solid banger out of something after you gave to it, it's here and it's here. But guess what? You're going to have options. And I feel like you're going to move on, and it's really going to help you, where you're going to say, you know what? I did what I could there. I was being a good human. It didn't pay off. I wasn't doing it for the motive of payoff, but I wasn't expecting this. You've got it again. All right. So this is a bit of sorrow. It's a bit of betrayal and loss. It's grieving what could have been, but what is not. And so I always say with this, are we done admiring the problem? Because we got a solution right here. Now, if it's somebody around you, like your significant other lost their job after you watched them do exactly what I explained, or if they lost a company, if they had a business that went under and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's time to pick up and move on. Let's not live here. There is zero payoff in just doing this. It's a change card, and I know it's difficult, but it's needed. We got to just get to the point where we toughen up a little bit on that, because you have new opportunities. Look at the size of that infinity symbol. It's darn near as big as he is. You have great opportunities coming in that you would not have had without these. I mean, I see it in my own life where I understand it, even though it was painful and there was what was a period of grieving. I can see in my own life where new opportunities came in with a loss. It's right on the heels. So open up and allow it. You might not have much time to think about it either, especially if your back was against the wall. If you ended a relationship and you're like, oh crap, I got to get a new car. The lease is in their name, or I've got to get a new place to live. That sort of thing, you're going to have opportunities and options. Now, if it was something with a job too, I feel like if you're at the same place and you didn't lose your job, but you gave a lot to them, you have some new opportunities that will be very hard to turn down. I see this as like, here's an opening and you're having fun with it. Enjoy it. Now, that Hanged Man energy comes in, surrender to win. It is a change in perspective that is very needed here. The number 4 is represented here. So these next 4 months, but also 12 and 13. So the month of December, as you move closer to your season, I feel like you're going to see some things shift for the better. This is very open energy. It's very easygoing energy. It's very light. And so you're going to find that the pressure gets off of you a bit if it has been on you. And with this Hangman energy, I mentioned before, you have somebody coming in terms of a relationship that I do feel like you're going to turn on their heart light. If they haven't been that worried about dating or concerned by it, I do feel like you've got a King of Cups coming in. And so with this is where you really love your life. This is where you seeing things through a new perspective is really going to help you to have a meaningful life. And with this King of Cups, it's solid. You have a confidant. Now, ultimately, with temperance and the outcome, this is an energy of shifting in terms of balance, being in a place with a lot more security. The Archangel Michael brings in safety, security, but the energy of temperance also brings light into your life, bringing it back into balance. But it's also a time when you're going to find that you have positive changes coming. You're connected to source. It brings great healing. So those of you, if you've had a broken heart over something, you're going to say, I see where this path is taking me. You're standing at a dawn of a new day here. And the path hasn't been easy, but it's been worth it. So let's see now what else. All right, this is about money. Reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy, especially if you don't feel safe with them. Notice who and what bring you joy and who and what don't. It's time for some life cleanup. All right, so cleaning some things up, and let's see what you need to know about love here. Engagement ring. Whoa, what's going on here? Higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union completion. So I tell you what I hear? Love's going to come sneaking up on you. All right. I feel like if you are not really looking, you're going to find one here. And there's a commitment, a higher level of commitment coming. I love you, Capricorn, and I'll be back again soon.